Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to Sports Entertainment and Extra Shit.
Shit.
Siege, it's your man Siege. You know what I'm saying? Let me slow down. I'm a little excited, man. This is the Super Bowl episode of Sports Entertainment and Extra. You know what I mean? So we over here, getting excited. But anyway, what's going on? E got my man E Carter with me. What's going on, brother?
Man, it's been a wild weekend, man. So shit, I'm good. I'm ready to get started.
All right, man. So before we even talk about the game, we got to talk about the festivities, man. How was it at the Carter household, man? What y'all do? What y'all eat?
Uh, well, we didn't do nothing too major. You feel me? Because it was just, I'm like, it's a Super Bowl, like some finger food. A couple people over, a couple of my brothers came through, so we had. I made some little meatballs and some weenies. We had some little turkey and bacon sliders, and then one of my brothers bought some nacho dip, with some chips. So as far as food wise, that happened. Another brother came through. He came through with the rest of the alcohol on deck, 24 case. You know what I mean? Get to it like that. So other than that, that's pretty much all we kind of did for real, for real. Nothing major. Just some finger food that you can kind of hit and miss with.
Cool. Yeah, man. I sat with the boys, you know what I'm saying, for a minute, but my 5-year-old, he the football fan with his dad, but if it ain't the Cleveland Browns, he ain't got no holler for us, so he was out. Like, like I'm out. But man, you know me, bro. They wanted some pizza. They ain't even want to eat what I made because they was like, Dad, it's too much food. I want to eat some pizza. So I made them some pizza. I had beef ribs, mashed potatoes, and some veggies, bro. They was over there eating like kids. I
I,
was eating like a king, boy.
I ain't gonna lie. That sound good. We thought about it. Like we literally thought about it because I'm like, all right, what we making for the Super Bowl? Like one is Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So usually, especially in certain households, the Sunday meal is something real hearty anyway.
Yeah.
So we was thinking about it. Like I'm like, man, but it's the Super Bowl though. Like it's Sunday, but it's the Super Bowl. Like we don't really gotta make nothing hearty because I'm like, if somebody coming over, do we really want to make these big plates now everybody sleep? You know what I'm saying? Or just get something quick. Like I said, some little finger food, something that somebody can kind of grab and kind of chill, watch the game and stuff, and got you a little plate, nothing major.
Facts.
So we went with that one, but I ain't gonna lie, them beef ribs and potatoes though, I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
that
it was
sound
like had
that
them
sound
bad
like that's the
boys
move.
had them bad boys in the oven for hours. But yeah, man, everything came out cool. Kids was running around making a lot of noise. I'm like, hey, listen, I had to cut the speakers up. If anybody know me, I'm a tech head, so I'll be having like different speakers set up everywhere. So I hooked up the music studio monitors up to the TV, so I had it blasting full high def audio in this bad boy. Uh, but
Oh yeah,
but you know how I get down. But anyway, man, cool, man. Glad everything was straight. You know what I mean? You know me, I like to eat too a little bit before the game because it goes down in the cups, beforehand or after that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I like to eat a little bit before the game. And then, you know what I'm saying, everybody, me and E, we do a little ceremonial shot beforehand, a little drink, toast up one time beforehand. I don't know, man. Maybe because it's just a tradition we set up. We've been doing it ever since. But, we do that. Our predictions come right usually. So that's the
Yeah.
reason why we on a prediction streak with the actual winners of the game. But anyway, moving along, we're going to go ahead and get to the actual game of it. We're going to talk about other stuff too, but we're going to get to the game of it. I predicted it was going to be 33-31 Rams. So, you know what I'm saying? I was 21 points off the actual score, 10 on one side, 11 on the other side. But I did not have the Rams covering that 4 points, though. And everybody was mad. Everybody was mad on Facebook about the Rams not covering the 4 or if they bet it with Cincinnati. If they bet straight up with Cincinnati, they was mad that Cincinnati didn't win because of those penalties at the end. And we're going to talk about the penalties during the game too. But overall, man, want to get your thoughts, what you think about the game. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the game?
Overall, man, actually, it was a good game. Um, I thought that LA was gonna run away with it early. It was kind of, and I was hoping for it too. Man, excuse me, a little raspy this morning. So I thought they was gonna run away with it too. But the Bengals, they there for a reason. You know what I mean? So they ain't lay down. They showed some fight, man. They actually made a good game of it. And overall, man, it was definitely an entertaining Super Bowl. So when you don't want to get like a lot of people don't want to get to the Super Bowl and see a one sided type of game. To me, it just depends on who's playing. Like right now, like the Bengals and the Rams, I would not be mad at a one sided Rams blowout win. Like I actually would have been excited to see that. That's only because
Right.
I'm a hater, but it's cool. But other than that, man, nah, it was a good game though for overall, man. Both on both teams, man. Them guys went out there and played ball and did their thing, did what they get paid to do.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game. I thought it was an instant classic game. And we could talk about where it ranked a little bit later in instant classic games. But it's one where it looked like to me Cincinnati was outplaying them for a lot of that game in terms of where it mattered, in terms of passing without making mistakes, definitely rushing. Akers he had 13 carries. He only had 21 yards. He was averaging like 1.6 yards a carry. You know what I mean? So that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
The best ratio that they had was Matt Stafford, and he had 3 rushes for 6 yards, and that's 2 yards a carry. That's not excellent. So they got outplayed thoroughly there in terms of the running game. It looked a little bad, man. It looked a little bad. Uh, the defensive front for Cincinnati made all the stops in the running game that they needed to make, and really, I thought that when Stafford threw that first or threw that interception to Von Jefferson, I was like, okay, this is one right here where he could get away with it. It's the back of the end zone, the corner. You know what I mean? All right, that's one you want to see your quarterback take a shot. Now he could have, you know what I'm saying, possibly gave Von Jefferson a little better shot at catching the ball, but that's just playing semantics. You could get away with that. You know what I mean? But to have
Mm-hmm.
but to have 2 interceptions, and then you have Joe Burrow, who had 22. He was 22 of 33. He had 263 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. Then you get a touchdown pass from Joe Mixon. I was like, yeah, this one right here. Like, yeah, I don't know what the Rams gonna have to do, except for they outplayed Cincinnati in the one place that it really hurt Cincinnati, and that was on the defensive line against their offensive line. Because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and when we can talk about that a little bit later too. But yeah, man, even receiving cores, like I was looking at the receiving cores, and I'm like, Cooper Kupp had nine catches. He had 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. But then you look at T. Higgins had 4 receptions, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Follow that up by Odell. Odell had 2 receptions before he went out the game in the first half, 52 yards and a touchdown. So you see where the parallels are here. Jamar Chase had 5 receptions for 89 yards, and not only that, Jamar Chase had some key receptions for first downs in the game. In the game, you know what I mean? So I thought in a lot of ways it was evenly matched, but giving the edge to the Bengals for the lack of mistakes and a better running game. Joe Mixon had 15 rushes, 72 yards. That's 4.8 yards a carry. So you know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, all right, they running the ball steadily. They driving down the field. You know what I mean? And they just couldn't. They just couldn't get off the field on third and fourth downs in some cases. For instance, in the first quarter, with 10 minutes left in the first, around 10 minutes left in the first, 4th and 1. I'm thinking Cincinnati about to convert. You know what I mean? Like they about to convert. They've been driving down the field 4th and 1. They get this. Rams it's gonna look ugly for y'all. You know what I mean? Because y'all not being able to stop the offensive attack. But guess what? Rams stopped them.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, so that was one of those plays where I was like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I see what's going on. Obviously, like you said, everybody's here for a reason. So I don't know, man.
I mean,
From that perspective, I thought it was a pretty good game.
yeah, but like you said, man, the Rams defense stepped up at the right time. So fourth quarter, they kept Cincinnati out of the end zone. They shut them out in the fourth quarter, and when they come down to a Super Bowl, that's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it was pretty much evenly matched, man. Cincinnati did look good at a lot of different times, but the Rams also, offensively also looked good in a couple times. Like I said, that first touchdown, then I'm like, all right, then a couple of different drives happened, and they put up another one. I'm like, oh yeah, it's about to get ugly real quick. One, because Eli Apple is trash. I just had to say that.
Hey man, don't hate on Eli Apple, man.
Exposed.
He had a couple good plays though, but yeah, he's not that guy. But he's been a key contributor for them this year, I will say. But
He's been talking too much, like he an all pro or something, bro. Like, bro, come on, bro, chill, bro. And he been getting crucified for it. So sucks to suck, bro. But they shut him out in the fourth quarter, man. So like I said, after that first couple touchdowns, and then that extra point that was missed out of nowhere, like how do you what? Like okay, like it happened so quick, field goal. Everybody like, all right, cool. Let me, give me a sandwich real quick. Let me run to the bathroom. It's just a field goal. Next thing you know, everybody blinked once and it was like, hold on, what just happened? Like, how did they miss it? Did they go for a fake? Like, so everybody get mixed views because they seeing it different. They're like, no, they went for a fake. I'm like, bro, I know football, bro. There's no reason for them to go for no fake in the second quarter of a football game that you already up, like you already ahead. Like, why would you? There's no reason
I
behind that.
immediately jotted that down in my notes. Like Heckert, literally on my notes, it says "muff hold by Heckert" on PAT. Like I was like, that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I make notes for games, I literally jot down like key situations in the game where I'm like, either what the hell is going on here, or this might cost you. And that one right there, I was like, oh, that was one of those points where I said 33-31. So I'm thinking if it get up that close, now it's 32-31, or you know what I'm saying, even back further. I'm thinking in my head prediction wise, my prediction, because obviously that wasn't the score. Like you just brought them 1 point closer. So where on my sheet is the game you gonna give the game up at? And that's one of those where I was like, oh yeah, he messed up with that one, G.
Yeah, definitely. But my man Cooper Kupp is out there looking nice. And like I said, you said some of his numbers, and on credit to Cincinnati, a lot of their numbers were better, especially on the offensive game. But Cooper Kupp was out there slicing and dicing. He was getting it in. Like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. But it was definitely a good game, and I think the pass and the attack for the Rams would have played a bigger role if Odell didn't re-tear the ACL in the game, because he was just getting rolling, and they started feeding him early with that first touchdown. So I'm like, all right, they get him going, and then you got Cooper Kupp right behind it. It's at that point, it's who do you check? You know what I mean? So I guess the Cincinnati kind of got bailed out, if you will. Like, okay, well, we don't have to worry about everybody else too much, man. Let's kind of key in on Cooper Kupp. He gonna get his catches, but let's keep his yards down, kind of. You know what I mean? So versus you doubling him, and then Odell creep up the seam like in that on that first touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like they set each other up so good, because as soon as you pay one receiver too much attention, now it's the other one that is creeping out the window on you, so to speak. So I don't know, man. But like you said, overall, it was definitely a good game, man. I don't know where it's gonna stick on as far as the all-time list, or is it an instant classic? I don't know. We got to let it breathe a little bit before that one, but it was definitely a good one, though. I will say that.
Yeah, it was so many plays in here that I wrote down for Cooper Kupp, just like key plays, and it wasn't like a lot of them were like big hitters. Like for instance, in the third quarter, he had a 1 yard run for a first down where he just saw it and hit the hole, and like basically like I gotta get it. Like you could tell, like I gotta get this first down. So that was a key one. Then he had a catch up the middle for a first down, on the same drive. And then he had an 8 yard catch that set up Akers. and that was about 1 minute 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Or fourth quarter, my bad. You know what I mean? To allow them to keep the drive going to get that touchdown. You know what I mean? To get that last touchdown. So that was cool. Or not to set up Akers for a first down, I believe, because he had an 8-yard catch and then Akers got the first down to set up the touchdown to Cooper Kupp in the fourth quarter. I think that's how it happened. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Got to make it a little more legible down here. But yeah, they did almost blow it. The other thing I will say is what was I trying to say? Aaron Donald is that guy, bro. Like, it's no way it's slicing and dicing. He is that man, bro. Like, when I say he one of the best defenders of all time, from now on, for people who listen or see me out, they need to cut it out, bro. Just stop debating me on that, bro. He is that dude, bro. Like, he got the stop on Samaje Perine on the third down, Then on the fourth down, he comes back and gets the sack. Or no, vice versa. My bad, vice versa. He got the sack on third, and then on the fourth, I think he I was right. I think I was right. Anyway, it was the sack and then a pullback of Samaje Perine, or vice versa. Whatever, man. It's a long day. but anyway, he got two. No, he got the sack on the last play. Yeah, I wrote that down. He got the sack on the last play. The first one was the run by Samaje Perine when he pulled him back, and then the sack after that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When the way the camera was set up, when Joe Burrow flicked that ball out, I was like, oh yeah, bro. Like, if the running back is over there, mixing somebody over there and they catch it, it's dead for the Rams. They dead. Like, it's over with. It's over with. When that mug hit the ground in front of I can't think of his name, Ernest Jones, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, that's crazy. Speaking of Ernest Jones, he had a great game. Like, it wasn't like great, like, oh, he had 50 tackles, you know what I mean, or 10 tackles and 2 sacks or none of that. But he balled out. He had a stop where he hit the ball in the first quarter. In the first quarter, and then he just was all over the place, bro. Like, he was just all over the place. I seen number 50 everywhere I looked on the screen. So he was out there trying to make big plays. So shout out to him. I know he wasn't gonna say nothing. Say nobody was gonna say too much about him. He was balling. And then
he led them in tackles.
Yeah, and then on the other side, Logan Wilson was balling too, and I think he was a difference maker. And speaking of Logan Wilson, I seen a lot of the refs catching flack for that defensive play that was not pass interference. I do agree with the Bengals fans. That was not pass interference. But when I can't think of his name. Oh, when Ramsey fell on the ground in the third, you know what I mean? And Higgins caught it. That was definitely a face mask, though. He definitely yanked his face mask, hit him on the ground. So we got to stop it, man. They had to give him one back, y'all. Like, they had to give him one back. Right. They was like, hey, now Logan Wilson was up on him. You know what I mean? So if you're looking from the other side, you know what I mean? You might throw the flag like, oh, he got that arm around. Because if you're looking, regular speed during the game in the camera that we looking at, it looked like he on his back. You know what I mean? And his left arm goes up and looks like he rakes him, but he doesn't. When you show him from the other camera, he doesn't. He don't even touch him for real. So that wasn't pass interference. So whatever. But the refs was letting them play. I respected that. And one thing I got to say that I respect too about Joe Burrow, and the reason why I know Joe Burrow is going to be either back in this game or pressing to be back in this game every year, if they get the talent around them in Cincinnati, more talent around them in Cincinnati, specifically on the offensive line, is this dude was going at Ramsey like Ramsey was Eli Apple, bro. I'm talking about. Right? I'm like, this dude is not. He has no fear, bro. Like, none. I'm like, we need a quarterback like that, bro. Like, well, every team need a quarterback like that. Every team needs a quarter. I think when they look at quarterbacks, like, all right, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and in the future, you know what I'm saying? The way he plays the game, if he stays on the path that he's on, is going to be Joe Burrow too, man. He has a great trajectory. You know what I'm saying in terms of the way he plays the game. So I thought they outplayed him on so many levels, man. I just thought the one where it really mattered was up front, and we already know they got that man up front. So
Mm-hmm. I mean, but we also expected that going into the game. Like it was like, all right, well, the Bengals they have the offensive weapons. The only thing that they lack is can they stand up to that defensive line, to that front seven. And we said it on the last show. Like if the Rams come in and get 5 sacks or more on Joe Burrow, it might get ugly real quick. They end up getting 7. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they still, almost like I said, offense almost blew it for the Rams because like when they was down there before they scored, and they still throwing the ball. I'm like, why are you throwing the ball? Just run it. You right there. You want to take as much time off the clock. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple folks here that is not really avid football fans. They like, well, the team you're going for, they're right there. Like, why are you upset? I'm upset because they about to blow it. like they sitting there still throwing the ball. Like it's still time on the clock. So you want to take up time and still, you know what I'm saying, advance the ball or get a first down or whatever as you're eating up the clock. Like I'm like, you pass the ball, you don't catch it, you keep that time on the clock. Like, what is y'all doing? Like they end up putting it in, but I'm like, they really abandoned the running game. What you said earlier, like they really was like, you know what, if we gonna win this game, they put it in Stafford's hand, which I respect that because he deserved it. I ain't gonna lie. I've been giving Stafford. I've been giving him hell all year. You know what I'm saying? That's your boy. but nah, man, he deserved it. So they put it on. Put it on his back and was like, hey man, if you're gonna win it, you're gonna win it. Like, no, we're not about to run the ball and all of this. He threw the ball 40 times.
Yeah.
So it's like, it definitely came down to the quarterbacks, man. Joe Burrow threw the ball 33 times. Like, so I don't know, man. I think as far as game wise, I think the Bengals came in with an actual game plan, and I think especially with these playoffs go, that's how they got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they got the offense to where they can get up on you, but their offensive line is subpar. So it's like, okay, they have the game plan, they got a scheme, and as long as people are working that plan effectively, now you see how they got there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think the Rams just had the number said, oh, they had a little bit too much for them when it mattered.
Definitely, man. I think that if they had anybody else, like if the Rams would have still had Jared Goff, bro, I don't think they put the ball in his hands to win the game like that because he turned the ball over too much. Like, you know what I'm saying, when he was there. Obviously, the game plan would have been a bit different. But I think that's why you get a Matthew Stafford type of quarterback, in which I said at the beginning of the year, like you need the man to be able to make some throws. Is he going to take some chances with that big arm and throw some interceptions? Absolutely, bro. You'll be a fool not to. You know what I mean? You'll be a fool not to. Especially we got Cooper Kupp and Odell, and you seen like, he was throwing the ball, trying to pick his spots. And like I said, the one of Von Jefferson he took the chance on. But that's what you have to do. Like that's what you have to do when you have that type of quarterback, and it opens up spreads out the defense too. If you can do that, if you can do that effectively. In this case, they had to abandon the running game. They had no choice. But they had no choice. But they did do a few things that helped them, like on that 4th and 1 where Cooper Kupp got the handoff. Like they had to use it a little bit different. They threw 4 passes, I think, to 2 different running backs, or 4 and 3 to two different running backs. I know Henderson had 4 for like 37 or something like that as far as receiving. I have to look at the stats, but I know that they tried to use them a little bit different. You was about to say the stat?
Henderson had 3 receptions for 43 yards. Cam Akers had 3 receptions for 14 yards.
Yeah, see, so they did a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more to try to get them involved, like, in the short passing game, which was cool. You know what I'm saying? It helped them out, but they definitely didn't look like the same team they've been looking all year running that ball. And like I said, I think that's a credit to Cincinnati's. Well, like you said, the game plan. That defense, man, I don't know what they ate before the game, but but they wasn't playing no games. Logan Wilson, like I said, he was a key player, man. He was shading everybody up the middle, and I mean, he couldn't do nothing with Odell on that crossing pattern, but who could?
Right.
Who could? But anyway, yeah, man, it was a great game, and I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was going to be close. That, you know what I'm saying, that's what I predicted. I thought it would be a little higher scoring, but I was excited to see how the defenses played. Von Miller, he ain't do much, but he had two tackles for loss. So he was in there getting in the backfield, like, you know what I'm saying? He wanted his second Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And not only that, like you saw even Jalen Ramsey. Like Jalen Ramsey, yeah, he got beat on a couple of routes, but you're a corner. You're going to get beat on some routes. But hey, man, listen. He was out there, bro, and it was a lot of different plays where, if you're looking at the tape, you see Higgins or somebody hit on something real close, and Ramsey is on them, and Joe Burrow can't get it because it's too close. So he had to hold the ball just a little split second longer to allow. Now it's the whole defensive backfield. You know what I'm saying? That's doing this too, but. If we gonna sit here and say, all right, Ramsey got torched, yeah, he got torched on a few plays, bro. One, he got yanked down. First of all, on that one, he got yanked down. But on the other ones, yeah, he got beat. So he a corner, he gonna get beat.
I mean, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, and then not only that, you got to give credit to Cincinnati's receivers. I mean, they got some stout receivers. T. Higgins could be our number one, the Cleveland Browns' number one receiver. He better than any receiver we got on our team, maybe except for Jarvis. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's facts. So he could be the number one, number two. Jarvis could move into the slot. He could be number one. T. Higgins could be a starter on almost every team that need a receiver that think they got a number one. T. Higgins might be better than them. You know what I'm saying? And that's give or take probably like 6 NFL teams. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler Boyd ain't no slouch either. So, hey. Take it for what it is. And they got Uzama. So, whatever, man. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all got a little squadron over there in Cincinnati. Y'all better leave us alone, though. We beat y'all twice. I don't care. Y'all made it to the Super Bowl, bro. Don't want to hear it, baby. But, yeah, man, that was a good game, man. It was a great game. I think that it's an instant classic, and it should rank. I think just because of the nature of, one, how it ended. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then there wasn't no blowout throughout the whole game. You know, they kept us interested. But I still think it's a few of them ahead of them, though.
Yeah.
It's a few of them ahead of them, though. But, yeah, man. But anyway, man, that's the game portion. Anything else you want to say about the actual game?
No, not really, man. Besides LA did what they was supposed to do, man. They got the win. We said earlier this season, it was pretty much an all or nothing type of season for them. You know what I'm saying? With all the different additions they brought in and people key pieces here and there, they spent a lot of bread. And if they would have ended this year without hosting that trophy up, then it would have been all for naught. But they did what they were supposed to do, man. And hey, congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And the crazy thing about it is that sometimes, you know, teams bring over those free agents, or, you know, they trade for a player, and sometimes it's ineffective. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't help you at all. You know what I mean? So they brought players over, and the same with Cincinnati. Brought players over, and now Cincinnati's not an all or nothing type of franchise, but they're going to do enough to be competitive. You know what I mean? But they brought contributors over there. I think Cincinnati has 7 new starters on defense. 7? Mm-hmm. Like, come on, bro. And then you look at all of the contributors that the Rams brought over. Everybody they brought over contributed. Like, everybody. So I'm like, Wow. I'm like, that's good. That's good GM and coaching work right there. One anecdote I wanted to bring up, or anecdote, excuse me, I wanted to bring up because ain't no poison over here. So anecdote I wanted to bring up was Stafford, bro. Stafford and Peyton Manning, I think, are the only two quarterbacks to go 0-3 in the playoffs, and then to lose their first three, and I think win the Super Bowl. And they from their next three, I believe so. Let me see. Let me look at my little research right here. Yep. Right here on the screen. All right, cool. And that's according to NFL.com. Matthew Stafford joined Hall of Famer Peyton Manning as the only starting quarterbacks to lose their first three playoff games and go on to win the Super Bowl. Crazy.
Yeah.
Also, my boy Aaron Donald, according to this as well, is the sixth player in NFL history to win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards and win a Super Bowl. And this is Hall of Fame credentials, bro, right here. It's Lawrence, it's
first
LT,
ballot, easy.
Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Reggie White, Mike Singletary, and Mean Joe Green is the other five. Like, come on, bro. Put my man in the Hall.
Yeah. Easy.
Put him in the Hall.
Easy.
Yeah, they going to have multiple Hall of Famers on that squad. Cooper Kupp will probably eventually be a Hall of Famer if he stay on his trajectory. Stafford, he got numbers, but he got a bowl now. Eventually, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Eventually, I could see him getting in. Right now, at this moment, do I see him first ballot? No, I don't.
No, he's not first. He's not first ballot. No. Now, the Detroit messed his first ballot chances up. Now, if he goes back and wins another one or two, then maybe we're talking. But
yeah, I'm about to say if he repeat next year, then all right, cool, you're in a different ball game.
Right. So yeah, but Aaron Donald, Hall of Famer. Von Miller will be a Hall of Famer. Von Miller will probably go in as a Bronco though, but he's still on the team, so he'll be a Hall of Famer. Jalen Ramsey will be a Hall of Famer. So Big Whit might be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I don't know, man. They got a lot of Hall of Fame resumes. Odell maybe, but maybe. But anyway, that's that topic, man. We're gonna get off the game. We're gonna start talking about the entertainment side of the Super Bowl. And then this will be a little bit interesting. I don't know if you paid attention to it or not. I normally do, unless it stops making me interested. The opening ceremonies, bruh. The songs in the beginning. Everybody talk about the best national anthems and all of that. So they had Janae Aiko. I know she sang "America the Beautiful," and I cannot remember the other lady's name who sang the national anthem, but she murdered it though. I was like, oh, she can sing for real.
I can't remember what her name is either. And I looked at it though. I definitely looked at it like, oh, that sounds such and such. Like, but I forgot because I was kind of.
Yeah, he dropped out. I'm looking up her name now to see what her name was while we get E back in here. Did you get her name?
I couldn't remember, man. I could not find it. So I couldn't remember what her name was.
She killed it though, bro. Like, I think, hey, she was up there on that first level with that song right there. I'm about to find her name.
I was trying to look it up.
Like, she ain't Whitney though, but she was up there though, bro. she killed it though. I'm about to look that up.
I was kind of hit or miss in the as far as the opening ceremonies. Like, it was on, but I was moving around and doing my little last minute stuff. People still trying to come in the door, calling and all of that. So I was it was on. I was listening to it, but I wasn't really actually focused on
Mickey
it.
Mickey Guyton is her name. Mickey Guyton.
Yes.
Yeah, she killed. Hey, she murdered us. But I was like, dang, that girl can sing.
I got Nico. Oh my God. I
got a hot take on hers, bro. I got a hot take. You remember when Marvin Gaye sang the national anthem, how player it was, watching it, back when they always talk about who got the best national anthems, how player his national anthem was? Janae Aiko, hers was player, bro. Hers was on Marvin Gaye's level. I was like, hey. I didn't know what to expect. I ain't gonna lie.
Cause I heard her singing, and I'm, like I said, I'm walking through, grabbing my little last minute stuff, and I kind of peeked. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, is that Jeanette? I'm like, man, her fine self, man. I'm like, one, she can sing, but I'm like, her fine self. I'm like, whoo,
I
give
ain't
me
know.
chills, man. Just let me. I just want to say hello, face to face. Something,
I
man.
ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't know what to expect from hers because I'm like, man, like, is they gonna, they do all that auto tuning and airy stuff with her music sometimes, bro. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I know she can sing, but I ain't never seen no performance of hers or nothing like that. So I'm like, you know what? And then she came out. I'm like, hey, she murdered that, bro. That was Marvin Gaye style right there. That was player. Like that was player right there. So shout out to them for doing their thing. And Mickey Guyton, bro, your voice is you killed it. I hated how they introduced her like with the voice of an angel, country star Mickey Guyton. I'm like, dang, bro, y'all ain't say Janae Aiko, beautiful Janae Aiko, or with her voice as an angel. Y'all was like Janae Aiko. I'm like, come on, bro.
Right, like,
Like,
are you
come on,
serious, man?
bro.
Like,
Like, I'm about to come over. She should. Hey, listen. They better cut it out. That was disrespectful.
stop, like for real, like, man, are we talking about the same person here? Like, y'all tripping? Like, what?
Right. Singing a national
They're
anthem.
probably
Country music
That's
star with the
probably
voice of an
concentrating.
angel. Like, get out of here.
That's probably concentrating on trying to say her name right.
Right. Now I will say they was correct. They were correct. Her voice is amazing. But come on, bro, you gotta introduce them equally, bro. You can't be doing all that just because she a country
Right.
star. All right, but anyway, that's the opening ceremony part of the entertainment section. Today, we gonna move on to the halftime show. I know y'all was wondering if we was gonna talk about this. So this, man, this is people still talking about this one, bro. People still talking about it. It's still hitting on the Twitter, still hitting on Facebook about the halftime show. Now, this was probably one of the dopest halftime shows to me of all time. One, because it was for, you know what I'm saying, we haven't had one that was hip hop like this. You know what I mean? Two, when they had Kendrick Lamar in there, how could you go wrong with that? That's my guy.
Right.
Snoop, come on, bro. Like that's you don't even got to say no more. So all you got to do is say Snoop and Dr. Dre, two of the greatest that they craft. You know what I'm saying? And then M, you know what I'm saying? Mary J. Come on, bro. Like this 50 came out and did his upside down video performance.
Bro, they was going ham. They was serving him, boy.
They need to leave
Like
50.
52
They need to
games.
leave 50 alone, bro.
I was crying. I'm like, the internet is undefeated, bro. It's so emotional, bro. They just going ham at everybody. But nah, the halftime show was great. It was definitely dope. I kind of expected a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because you know sometimes they be extra flashy and some different stuff pop out. It was great by the artists and the people that was up there, and of course the songs and stuff that they was hitting. But it just kind of seemed, I don't know. To me, it seemed a little rushed.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they were like, all right,
I can
man,
see why you
you
would say
go,
that.
you go, you go. All right, cool. Y'all did y'all thing. Now get out of here, man. We don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the weekends last year, bro, it seemed like it went on forever.
Because it was just he, it was just
Like,
him. Now somebody did had a hot take, on I think it was on my Facebook. I can't remember, and said that the weekends was better. I was like, I jumped through this blue skidoo through this phone, bruh. You say some dumb stuff like that again, bruh. I wasn't necessarily messing with the weekends all like that. Like it was cool, but it wasn't like oh, this is so fantastic. This is the greatest ever. Like I was just like, all right, I'm about to go
right.
refill my drink. Y'all, I'll be back. Like,
Yeah, I think with this one, man, I think what hyped it up is the names and the people that was on. Like you got Mary J. Blige, you feel me? Like you said, 50 was out, Snoop, Dr. Dre, Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got them names. So of course everybody hype our dribs just because of the names. But I'm like, it just felt like it was rushed. I'm like, man, this was a dope. I'm like, I like the halftime show. It was dope. Like we actually watched it. Like, didn't know, usually at halftime everybody get up, what I'm saying, go in the kitchen, refill their plate, you know what I'm saying? Like load up, use the bathroom, all of that type stuff. nobody really pays attention to the halftime show. But this year, nobody moved. Like as soon as it said halftime, everybody was like, "All right, bet." You know what I'm saying? We about to sit here and watch this halftime show too. So I don't know. I felt kind of rushed at by the end of it. Like, dang, like ain't nothing special happened in this month. Like, okay, like 50 came out. That's cool. That's it.
I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I mean?
I kept thinking something new was gonna happen. Like Dr. Dre was gonna do something new, or Snoop, or somebody was gonna drop something new. Especially when I seen
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak on the drums. When I seen Anderson .Paak drumming, like Silk Sonic out there, like doing the band.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I seen Silk Sonic doing the band, I'm like, they about to do something, bro. Like something's going on here. Like, you know what I mean? But it didn't happen that way. So in that aspect, I could see what you're saying. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like, man, I'm looking at it from the perspective of it wasn't no trash songs on there. It wasn't anything that made me move. Like, all right, I gotta get up and this trash. I gotta get up. Like literally, like, and I'm not saying this because I don't like The Weeknd, but I don't like all his music. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and I'm at your house. Like I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like,
Right.
all right, yeah, I'm about to get up, bro. I gotta refill my drink real quick. I'll see y'all in a second, bro. And then when I come back, we talking about the game and, you know what I'm saying, what they need to do to come back and all that. You know what I'm saying? What the teams need to do. But but you know, during this one, I'm rocking. Then my son coming in the room, my 1-year-old, he in there. I'm like, yeah, bro, you know good music, son. You know what I'm saying? So
Like,
so you know what I'm saying?
Go, shawty.
So I don't know, man. I thought it was one of maybe the best so far, but I think they just opened the door for it to be even better in terms of, you know, allowing more hip hop into the Super Bowl. You know, and it's nice to see our culture being represented. You know what I'm saying? Like when the Who did theirs, I was like, this is the worst, bro. Like this is the worst. And I like Coldplay, but when Coldplay did theirs, I'm like, what is, like, this showmanship is not here. I'm like, the showmanship is not here. And I rocks with Coldplay. Like, so I'm like, whatever. This not good. Like, it's just weird, bro.
That's what everybody, because they had to do something because everybody was getting up. Like they seen over the last couple of Super Bowls, man, did nobody really care about the halftime show. Like you got a couple people like, oh my God, this is the Who and da. But overall, national attention is not getting it. Like literally, it was like I remember them talking about a year or so ago how people really wasn't watching the halftime show. Like it was not exciting anymore. Like everybody wasn't like, oh my God, it's a halftime show, Super Bowl halftime show. I gotta watch this. And speaking of halftime, I did not see too many funny commercials, man. I don't know if I was just not paying attention to them as much this year or what, but you know, usually a lot of people be looking to forward to the commercials and stuff. I really didn't see a lot of them that popped out. What about you?
As far as the commercials, nah. I mean, they had the one where they did the claymation or the animations of the football players with like Justin Jefferson doing the gritty on the counter and all that. But they already had prepped us for that. Like they was showing us behind the scenes, and you know what I'm saying. Then they had the one video where they had the players like Peyton Manning and Marshawn Lynch opening up a box, Lamar Jackson with the little jerseys in there. You know what I'm saying, with the super small jersey. So they already prepped us. Like we already knew something was happening. You know what I'm saying, before the Super Bowl came. So it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying. Like that didn't really move me. Like some of the parts was funny. You know what I'm saying, that they changed out. Some of the parts was funny, but I don't know. The Cable Guy commercial, that was a little nostalgic. That had me dying when he put his head on the thing, like, no cards. He's like, I'll be back tomorrow. Covered his ears and ran down the thing like la 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 la, because he was about to come back. So I thought that was cool, but that was the funniest one. So that ain't really saying too much. But I don't sit around and watch the commercials anyway. They keep coming on. They're gonna keep coming on for a few days after. So you know what I'm saying. Right. I end up seeing them anyway, but I don't know. Commercials ain't what they used to be for the Super Bowl. Like you used to have the Budweiser, like all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't touch my mama, don't touch my Doritos. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that had me dying when they came out. So that's why I remember it. But these,
right. That's basically, yeah.
Don't sell me nothing anyway.
That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, they don't have that same hit like they used to.
Right. And then speaking of which, my oldest, he came out and was like, "Well, it seems like it's every time I come out here, it's a commercial." I'm like, "It's a Super Bowl, bro. It's all about making bread. That's what they doing, putting these commercials on."
Yeah.
So I'll be like, "Whatever, bro." Not really my thing, but yeah, you're right though. It wasn't too many classic ones or whatever. But well, yeah, man. So that's the halftime show part of it, man. I don't know. Like I said, one of the best ones, not the best. Prince still hold that crown for me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said the weekend was better. I wanted to slap him in the next weekend, but we don't promote violence on this show at the S.E.E. podcast. So, but anyway. All right, so just a couple little points of order before we go into extra shit. Next week, next Tuesday, y'all start seeing a lot more NBA and NBA news. You know, March Madness coming up. Y'all gonna see that. We probably do our brackets and everything like that next month. But next week we coming on here. Y'all gonna see a lot more NBA stuff. Probably won't be doing too much Olympic stuff because they come on all hours of the night, and I ain't that guy. I got to get some rest, baby. But I do watch it, though. You know what I'm saying? I was up watching women's U.S. hockey last night. So, I keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing. But y'all might get some medal counts. But anything y'all want us to cover besides the NFL, since the NFL will be out, let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate, y'all listening and everything y'all do to keep us up here. Yeah, man. So, without further ado, I'll probably announce that again a little bit later. But without further ado, let's get into extra shit.
Shit.
Man. Listen, bro, you got some extra shit?
Not really, man. I do want to say shout out to, what was her name? Erin Jackson, I believe. In the Olympics, first black female, was it speed skater?
Mm-hmm.
So she definitely won a medal. So I just want to say shout out to her. Other than that, man, you know how the weekend went, man. There was Valentine's weekend. I seen a lot of people spending their paycheck. We did our Valentine's episode on First Class. That was cool, but other than that, man, nothing major. Well, you got something?
Cool. Yeah, just a couple of NBA anecdotes. That's the reason why I brought that up. Giddy from Oklahoma City had his second triple double, I think, back to back. I think he 19. I think he was the first teenager to drop back to back triple doubles. Yeah, he did it in Madison Square too. I think the youngest after him to do it, or the youngest before him to do it, was Magic. So that's a hell of a list to be on. Julius Randle had a triple double in that game too, so that was a pretty good game to watch. Pretty exciting. A couple big slams too. Obi Toppin, man, that dude looked like he be dunking on the sky. He caught a oop. He caught a oop last night. I'm like, bro, like you got too much athleticism. G, give me some. But anyway, man, that was exciting to watch. Tyreek Evans is being reinstated into the NBA. He been out for 2 years, bro. He had substance abuse, I think, or violating the substance abuse policy. For the NBA or whatever. So he getting reinstated, bro. He the first player to get reinstated since Chris Birdman Anderson in 2008, bro. Like, I was looking it up like he coming back. All right, it was substance abuse or something, like drug policy. Boom, 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 boom. Then I'm like, all right, looking at article, look at an article. Then I look at ESPN and they say ESPN article and they said since 2008. I'm like, what? They ain't been reinstated nobody. They ain't been reinstated nobody, fam. Like,
Right.
You get out by G. I mean, it ain't as big as a problem in the NBA as it has been in like MLB, for instance, or NFL for that matter. But thought that was interesting.
When you said something about substance abuse, man, it made me think about some stuff. How what's her name, man? Camilla. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, man. Camilla something, man. The little Caucasian girl that's being allowed to still participate in the Olympics after testing positive for steroid use and of a massive state-run doping ring. But it's like this is the same Olympics that went and let Sha'Carri Richardson be in the Olympics because she tested positive for marijuana, which was legal in the state that she was in.
Yeah, facts. That's facts.
Like,
But
yo,
that's been an issue too because you know what I'm saying. Michael Phelps was still allowed to participate when he got tested for marijuana. So you know what I'm saying. We know what y'all doing out. We know what the Olympic Committee doing. We ain't stupid. They ain't want to see no black girl with extensions and nails and all that running, bro. We get it. We see what y'all trying to do. We're gonna dominate in
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Man, we out here, man. You can't hold us back for long, bro. It's Black History Month. Let's go.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Y'all still got to train. We ain't just said out here. You ain't said like y'all just go out here and win just because. Still got to train, players.
That's what I'm saying. Just because we black, we gonna win. I'm joking.
Hey, you stupid, bro. All right, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, man. So that was that. I was trying. It was one more I could think of that I was gonna say. I can't even think of it now, bro. You silly, bro. Oh yeah. Cavs come on tonight. I'm excited, bro. They play the Hawks tonight at 7. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the clock at 7, doing some more work. But I don't care. I'm putting it on in my ear. What they gonna say? Watching the Cavs, we 35-22. I'm hyped. Maybe number 3, 2 games back out of first. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk more about that when we return next week.
Facts.
Anyway, bro. Anything you want to say before we get up out of here? Some shout outs.
No, man. Just overall, I want to shout out to the whole first class team, man. The morning show. Also having you back on the show as well, man. We rolling. That episode is out. Our Valentine's episode. Show no love, love will get you killed. Also on YouTube, and the audio should be out. The audio should be up as well on Spotify, Google Podcasts. You know, all your podcast needs. Check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. All I got. I'm keeping it short and sweet today.
Cool. Yeah, you know me. I'm gonna just shout out the team real quick. Schools Bronson _TV on YouTube. Check him out. We got your boy Sean Foster at S. Foster. You know what I mean? Check him out. That Viewers Anonymous episode y'all did was dope. That y'all did about the music. That was dope.
That was 28 minutes or less.
Or 28 minutes or less. My bad. Yeah, I'm tripping. I always mix their stuff up, man. But dang, I don't know why I do that. And I got it written down. But anyway, 28 minutes or less. Yeah, but him and Scoots do the other show. So go check both shows out. And then you got JD with the Drippy Network on YouTube. Check him out. That man puts something out every day. Every day, man. Every day. They had the ex-Carolina Panther player on there too recently when I was watching that. That was dope seeing some of his stories, man. They had him on there, thumbs up and thumbs down, and like his guys on the team. I was in here dying watching and rewatching that one. They did more since then that I've watched, but that one just stuck out to me because we talking about the NFL today, so that was hilarious. So go check him out on the Drippy Network on YouTube. Like I said, man, you know, like I always say, at the link entllc.com, at the link entllc on Twitter and on Facebook, at the link entertainment LLC on Instagram. Check us out. The Link Podcast returning soon. I know I keep on telling y'all. I'm going to keep telling y'all because it's going to be fire when we get it back on. Y'all gonna see some new things that y'all don't normally see on here, and it's not just about sports, and really is rarely about sports. But so you know, you can check that out when it come back, and then Kurt's Custom Engraving, check that out too. We just did like four orders for keychains, and they all was different. So whether it's keychains or whatever, you know what I'm saying, hit us up, and you know we can probably work it out for you. So yeah, man, hit me up on all of that, and I got you, man. I got you. Any comments, questions, or concerns, put them in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we about to get up out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in to Sports Entertainment and Extra Shit.
Extra shit.
Until next time, much peace. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to go, bro.